All right. Awesome. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. We are halfway through the month. Super excited to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see people still hopping on, so say hi in the chat. And if you are new to the call, welcome, or if you're new to our team, welcome on board. My name is Sonia Lynn Arsenault. For people that may not know who I am a founding member, one of your uplines, and super excited to have you here tonight. So usually Jerry West does these calls. He started doing them with Heather Petty Tong, and then he started adding new people coming on, different leaders and people that were making things happen. And tonight Jerry's picking up his son that was actually in Peru for a few days with I think a school project. So he asked if I wanted to do the host, and I am happy to do so. And we have Darren, and Darren, I won't even try to pronounce your last name. So I will let Darren do an introduction, but I just wanted to say that he has been doing events. We've been seeing pictures, we've been seeing results. I'm not going to steal his thunder, but I believe you're from New Jersey, and I don't think you've been in this company for that long, and you are definitely making a trail. So I won't take more of your time, but tonight we're going to hear about what they're doing now that works for them. And a lot of people did ask for this training. So super excited for Darren to do this training with us tonight. Thank you for doing that. And please share a little bit of introduction and what you want to share with your team.
Absolutely. First, can you hear me, Sonia?
Loud and clear, Darren.
Excellent. Okay, great. So first, to start this off, I want to genuinely thank you and Jerry for asking me to be a part of this. It's a great opportunity for me to come on board, tell you a little bit about what our team has been doing, the success that we've been having here. I am from New Jersey, mostly in the northern part of New Jersey. We're about 15 minutes or so right out of Manhattan. So we are in a really highly densely populated area. Great area to be in to do these kind of events. But let me start off by telling everyone a little bit about myself and how I came to Hempworx and MyDailyChoice. You're absolutely right. I am not part of MyDailyChoice and Hempworx for that long. I believe it was the end of March of this year that I came on board. I saw the opportunity. I saw what the products that this company does for other people, the health benefits that it has, the wealth benefits that it has. And it impressed me to the point where I just felt compelled to get started with them. So just a little bit about me, just so everyone knows, I am by no means at all a professional networker. I'm working on it. I will be there one day, but I did not come to MyDailyChoice or Hempworx with any team. Started literally from scratch, from family members to good friends of mine. And in a very short period of time, we were able to build up a nice team to get to the point where we are today. And I'm going to provide some really good content for everyone that's on this call who's interested in doing any kind of vendor events. So I'll get right into that right now. So one of the questions that I'm frequently asked either on Facebook or people that know me is, where are you finding these events? Where are you looking? What is it that you're doing to keep you guys so busy in these areas? And it's really not hard, Sonia, to find these events. In our particular area, New Jersey is particularly the northeastern corner of New Jersey. If you can kind of picture that, just right outside of Manhattan, there's just a ton of different vendor events. One place that we go to, a great source, is called NJ Direct Sales Reps Vendor Events. It's on Facebook. Now, obviously, if you're not from New Jersey, just plug in the state that you're in. Facebook is loaded. I did a couple of searches just a little while ago in various places like Florida, Texas. They're all over the place. So if you just plug in the state that you're in, right on Facebook in the search engine, Direct Sales Reps Vendor Events. They're all over the place. You can find them. Another great source that we use, that our team uses, is called njvendors.com. again, just replace your state with wherever you're at and go to floridavendors.com or texasvendors.com. There's an endless supply of vendor events that you can get. The last place that I go to and check is someplace that everyone can go. It's called eventlister.com, EVENT lister.com. And you can plug in, again, wherever you are in the United States, even Canada, to find events very, very easily. So that's just a little bit about how and where we find these events. Some of the other places, like for instance, where I got started, I didn't even know about these until we started to expand and get larger and wanted to get a larger footprint within the area. I started at my local VFW. I had heard that they were having an event somewhere. I contacted the person down at the local VFW. They invited me to come down, and it was a huge success. In fact, for those of you who are not my friend on Facebook, by all means, friend request me. You can go on my wall, and you can see the pictures and videos that I have on going all the way back to, well, going all the way back to April. Was my very first event. Just a simple table with some products, huge success. Other local areas that if you, most towns and cities have, everyone probably has an American Legion or a Chamber of Commerce. There's just a lot of different places that you can find these events. Now that the warmer weather is here, you can certainly find a lot of outdoor events that are going on. Plug into them. Your local community, great places to start. Most recently, I had found out that there was a LA Fitness. They're a fitness center. It's a corporation that's throughout the entire United States. And 2 times a month, LA Fitness allows outside vendors to come in as part of a customer appreciation. Just last Thursday, less than a week ago, I happened to go into an LA Fitness. I talked to the manager, educated him on CBD and the benefits and how it works with the health and fitness with their customers. He saw the opportunity to bring additional value to his clientele. Said, hey, come on in, set a table up, and that literally cost me $0 to set up a table. So you can't get better than free. It was a great opportunity, and I spent some time there, got some great quality leads, and I'm working on a bunch of people. So check out a 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness. So I just wanted to give a little bit of feedback as to, where my team is, that we're all finding these events. And I do want to make sure that, this is a complete team effort. Everyone on our team is pitching in and saying, hey, why don't we do one here? Why don't we do one there? So everyone's on board with that. Just next step, next thing I wanted to move on to and talk a little bit about was reaching out to the people who are coordinating these events. Very important to let them know who you are, what type of product you offer. I often find times that just engaging in a conversation with the people who are running the events, they're not familiar with CBD or how it works. And that in itself will generate interest and oh, how does that work? And next thing you know, you wind up in this side conversation and you got a potential customer or even an affiliate. So get in touch with the person who is the event coordinator. And there's a couple of very key elements that you want to have a conversation with or ask them about. You want to certainly ask them, the number one question that our team always finds out is how much? How much is this event going to cost us? We've done events that were as little as $25 or $30. And we've done events that have gone up as much as $180. And a lot of them are going to depend on the size of the event. One of the events we did here in Nyack, New York, which is probably 5 or 10 minutes right outside of Manhattan, there were over 300 vendors there. And there were probably close to about 20,000 attendees at that event. It was just an amazing day that we had. So those are a couple of key things you want to find out, and that's going to determine how much money you spend versus how many people are there. You don't want to spend $180 and have 20 vendors. The other things that you want to ask are, do I have availability to or access to electric? Some people like to set up little TV screens, run some YouTube videos, just put it on a loop. Usually at an outdoor event, you don't have access to electricity. So, but the indoor ones you do. Keep in mind that when you're speaking with these people, that they are potential customers as well. Get a feel if there's any other CBD people that will be there. A lot of them don't like the duplication. So there's a great opportunity there to not only get a feel for the event, the size of the event, the cost of the event. The next important step is, are you going to do this event by yourself, or are you going to do it with your team? Typically, we go into it with a team approach, unless it's very small. In the example that I had used earlier, where I had just randomly talked to a 24-hour fitness manager. Other than that, this is a total team effort. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a discussion on what events we have and who is going to be rotating in as people walk into our tent. It's important, very similar to our traffic rotator in our back office, where you can rotate traffic to other affiliates. Same principle applies here. Have a system in place before you get started so that there's no misunderstandings as to who walks into the tent and whose turn it is for who. In larger events like the one that we had recently in Nyack, there were so many people that were coming into the tent. I basically just walked around and sort of had a pre-conversation with people. And if they told me about an issue that they were having with, say, their diabetes, I would say, oh, you know what? Then you have to go talk to Michael. Michael has been having issues with his. He's had great results. You need to go talk to Michael. If you need to talk about creams or anything topical, you're having maybe eczema problems, whatever it is. Oh, Connie, she's a great person. So I'm leading those people in. I'm feeding my team, because as the pretty much I'm at the I guess the top of the team here, and everyone falls under me. So what I want to do is I want to feed my team these people that are coming in under the tent. If I know one particular person might fit with a good conversation with others, then that's who I feed. Also, at these larger events, I'm walking around with one of the t-shirts on. Okay, I'm walking around with a Hempworx t-shirt, a cannabis t-shirt, and I'm literally a walking billboard. And people, it will generate conversations as you're walking up and down the vendor affairs, as you're looking at other vendors and what they're selling. You engage in a conversation, and you say, hey, our tent is just a few short tents down. Why don't you go visit the guys down there? So it's a great way to further generate interest, just by having one person walk around with a Hempworx shirt, with a cannabis shirt, anything that you can have. You're literally a walking billboard out there. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about how we set our tables up. This is important as well. So the way we work it, we generally have a 10 by 10 space, 10 foot by 10 foot. We set up the tent, obviously if it's outdoors, and we set up 2 tables and a couple of chairs. It's important to, the importance of setting your table up can mean the difference between people coming in to you and engaging in a conversation, and people just simply walking right by your booth. We like to set our tables up as far back in the tent as possible. We want to make it inviting. We want to have people come into and draw them in, no different than if they were walking into your living room. We want to put them at ease and give them a sense of comfortability that they're going to be talking about potentially a health issue that they may be having. Plus, if it's sunny out, it gets them out of the sun. Just a lot of different things about the table. So typically we have two tables set up, sort of in an L shape, one in the back, one on the left or the right. What we'll do is we'll also set up, one table will have all of our full disclosures, our income disclosure, our product disclosure. We'll even print out some of our third-party material that proves that our products are truly THC-free. So people like to see these things as they come in. They like to see that validation that you're being true to your word and who you say you are. Once they come in, they love to see the products on the table. Couple of things that you're definitely going to want to have is have a couple of empty bottles of your CBD oil. Have a couple of 750s, THC frees, totally empty, just so they can touch it and feel it. Have a couple of the sprays. Have a bunch of sprays on there. Again, empty. Just some people might it gets so crowded at times. You never know. Somebody might just think try and swipe it. You don't want them swiping a bottle from you. But here's the key why we do this too. And we will actually take somebody and take the bottle and put it in their hand. And they love to feel the product. They love to see the product. They love to open the top and check it out and smell it, make sure it's real, read the label. And what this does, when you have that person come in and they're engaging with you, they're getting psychologically, they're getting ownership. They're retaining ownership by already holding it in their hands. And you're telling them and showing them, and again, it's a psychological thing, but it's such an important part in the process that you actually put one of these in their hands. The next thing is they love to look at literature. They love to walk away with anything like a brochure. It's great that you have a business card that you can give them and they can walk away with your information. But 9 out of 10 times it's going to wind up in their pocketbook or their back pocket or whatever. But they're walking around, they open it up. It's a nice trifold. You've all seen them before. Your information is on the back. They absolutely love to walk away with this. So these are great to have as handouts. And of course, don't forget your pets. Your pets are a lot of people walking around those outdoor events that have pets. Great customers. Now, couple of additional things that we have on the table. It's always great to have little candies on the table. Me, I love to put these little white peppermint flavored lifesavers out. And it's kind of a little play on what we do because we feel that, you could be saving a life with somebody with a product like this. That's the way I feel anyway. I'm very passionate about what this can do for people. So, and the fact that it's peppermint, it's a nice little play. Just having them spread out and makes people feel comfortable. Sometimes we'll also put out, little bite-sized chocolates. A lot of people have families with kids, and it draws the kids in. It keeps them there. You can talk with the parents a little bit longer when the kids are staring at a couple of nice little Hershey Kisses or something like that. So a couple little things that we keep on the table there are. They're strategically placed there for a reason on the table. Of course, we have our tablecloths. We have our Hempworx tablecloth on there. Michael came up with a great idea to go out and dress some of the booths up. We went out and bought some fern plants to hang underneath. Great idea. Another one of our affiliates, Tim, he went out and got a bunch of flags that have the hemp plant on it. Sometimes I think we could sell the hemp flag and then the shirt. A lot of people ask us if we're selling shirts, so we could probably make a killing on just the shirts alone. So those are a couple of things that you might want to consider bringing with you on some of these events. A couple of quick things. I know we're Jerry had asked me to spend maybe about 15 minutes or so. Another thing that people ask us about is, do you sell these at the table? We do. However, we sell them with a bit of I don't want to say caution, but we offer a bit of a disclaimer to the customer. And basically what we tell them is, listen, we prefer you to purchase this online. The reason we prefer you to purchase this online is because it's going to come with a 30-day empty bottle money back guarantee. And I'd hate to see you lose out on that. The other reason is if you refer just 3 customers, your next bottle will be free. So you're going to lose out on that if you decide to buy a bottle from us right now. The third reason, not that we get into it with the customer, is that we also want to be able to keep track of that person, because what we ask them to do is you want to have a clipboard, okay, it's very simple. You got a clipboard, very big, bold, name, email address, phone number. And we contact them, we stay in touch with them as well. So if we lose out on that, we at least have a paper copy. So you're gonna want to have a clipboard and a sign-up sheet. At some events we've raffled off. We got these little tickets here, similar to any event. You can raffle off, a spray. You could raffle off a bottle. Those are just some ideas that we've done in the past. Put your name, email address, we'll contact you. Keeps them engaged. So we encourage them to make their purchase online, but we understand and respect people that are a little concerned about putting their credit card information online, or just simply don't like the internet, and they're just strictly cash and carry people. They don't like anything other than. So we say, okay, as long as we're disclosing that to them, we're okay with making sure they walk away with a product that they like. The big transition, and here's where you're going to capture all of your sales and your affiliates. If there's one thing that you take away from this training tonight, over anything I said, pay attention to this part, because this is where our team has excelled in getting sales and affiliates. When they're done looking at the bottle, or as they're looking at the bottle, we typically have our tablets that have our websites up already. If you're getting poor signals or no Wi-Fi, use your cell phone. But we'll actually show them on our tablet our own website, and we'll scroll up and down and say, listen, this is what it's going to look like when you go on our site to make your purchase. This is exactly what you're going to see. Here's my name in the top right corner, and you actually push the button for them. You actually show it to them. Say, listen, I'm going to show you how to shop right now. And here's our website. It's very simple. You can either become a preferred customer, or you can become an affiliate for a one-time fee of $20. I know there's a little glare there. I don't know if everybody can see it or not, but you know what your back office, your shopping looks like. And this is where you're going to go for the assumptive close. So you're going to say to people, listen, you've got it right here. Would it be okay? And those are the key words. Would it be okay if we got you started right here, right now, today? And again, the assumptive close is, would you feel more comfortable making your purchase on my tablet, or would you prefer to use your personal cell phone? Which way would you prefer to buy the product? Now what you're doing is you're giving the customer the option of 2 ways to buy. Not, do you want to make a purchase, yes or no, or how do you feel? It's, how do you want to purchase? So with that being said, I don't want to take, I know we generally like to try to stay in about 30 minutes. I probably didn't cover as much as I would have liked to, but that's, that is.
Well, you can still go for a few minutes if you want. I didn't want to cut you out, but we can go another 5 minutes if you want to say a few things. I know when I do my trainings, I can't keep 15 minutes, and I am sure I'm just taking notes. You got lots of good ideas, so if you want, because I'm letting you do this tonight, I didn't take any notes. I wanted to hear your training, so you can keep going for a little bit if you want.
Yeah, okay, great. So again, just going back to closing the sale. It's important when you're going through this with them to make sure that they're checking off all of the right boxes. There's a couple of things that we found out kind of the hard way. We didn't realize until we were tasked with the situation that we've had customers who wanted to buy sprays and also who wanted to buy oils. And we've come to realize that those are 2 separate transactions. You cannot create that transaction one and the same. So if somebody wants to buy a spray, you go through it with them, they make their purchase on the sprays, you come out of your website, you go back in, and then you can make your purchase for the oils on a separate transaction. Kind of learned that a little bit the hard way on the fly, but just something that everyone should be aware of, that you have those customers who want to buy both. It's two transactions. You can't do it in one. The other thing that we found out, and this is also good to know, is that we don't. I guess we don't take American Express on that drop-down box. So that's something else that everyone should know. We kind of got hung up on a few things, but we were able to overcome their objections. Got around it through. We offered them the ACH way to do it, which included a 5% discount for them. So they kind of liked the fact that it would be a 5% discount. It was going to take a little bit longer for them to get their product, because ACH takes a little bit longer to process and ship out and get there. But just a few extra little tips that you might want to keep in the back of your mind. And I think the last thing I'm going to close out here with, Sonia, is have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun doing these things. I can't tell you how much our team has a good time laughing. We could spend 9-10 hours together and have the best time. And let me tell you something, when you create that energy under that tent and you start to draw people into you because they see the good time that you're having and the laughing and the joking around that you're having with people come in because they're engaging, they're smiling, they're checking your product out, they're walking around with pamphlets. One thing I heard a long time ago, I'm a big proponent of self-development. I read a lot of Eric Worre and just like everybody else, Jim Rohn and all that. But one thing that stuck with me a long time ago, and I'll end with this: when you set yourself on fire, people will come watch you burn. And it's so true. And I got to thank, my entire team, or our team, for the support that they give us. This is by no means accomplishable without my team, and it's duplicatable. This is not a hard thing to do. It's a tablecloth, put some product out, and have a lot of energy in what you're doing. Believe in what you're doing, have a lot of energy. It's just, you'll have one of the best experiences that you had bonding with other people that you're working with. So with that, again, thank you so very much to you, to Jerry, to my team, our team. Just so much support from everyone. We're going to continue to crush it up here. And we got events lined up literally all the way through December. So if I missed anything that anyone, has questions on, please feel free to reach out to me. We're there to help. We love helping other people. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Sonia. Thank you so very much. I hope everybody got a lot of content out of it, and see everybody at the top.
Wow. Well, that was lots of content, and you gave me a lot of ideas, and I see Michael clapping there. Awesome. And we did have a question somebody did ask about, and I think they answered it, about the websites that you mentioned.
Sure.
Okay. I believe Lori typed it. And then somebody asked if they can taste it at event. I did it for the sprays. I want to bring two things that you said and I know Canada and US and different things are different. For me, what I did for sprays, not the CBD, if I had sprays on hand I wanted to sell, of course I talked about it, ordering online, more beneficial, but some people want it right now. What I did, and sometimes they had cash, so I would sell them a bottle, and I would still sign them up with my credit wallets. I would make them sign up, show them how it is to get their customer account set up. So then my credit wallet pays for them. They give me cash. I give them the product. So that way there's a 30-day money back guarantee that I tell the person, if there's anything, let me know and I will deal with it. But that way the person leaves with product. I know with CBD, not everybody has that much on hand, but if you do, you can play with the credit wallet. You can use that if anybody pays you cash. I don't know if you know about that. And I took notes. Yeah, have fun, smile. And the people that are doing other tables, when I did an event, there's 70 people that showed up. That's how of a small place where I'm at. But I was the one with the big smile. I was always standing up. I was not sitting in my chair like this and waiting for people to come to my table. I was like a spring, not to scare people away, but my energy was very high. And when people came to me, it was all about them. Like, how's your day going? And then I'd compliment something that I'd really like about them. So I wasn't fake. And I went and got all the cards for all the people that were selling all the tables, shook their hands, asked them if they're building their business online, because here most people aren't. And then people came back to my table afterwards. And usually these people are the ones that are open for business opportunity. And when you get things like this with the 85% comp plan and they're selling a 40% comp plan pay, then they might be very interested in just in the products too. For the taste, Darren, can you answer that before we close out? Do you do tastes for any of the products?
So we do what?
The taste. Do you get people to taste it, try it
No.
at the booth, like the relief or the sprays?
No, I think, if you're going to have people do something like that, I think that just for health reasons alone, you don't want one person and then another person. And a lot of people come up asking us for samples. With this, a sample really is, if you just take 1, 2, 3 drops, a sample really isn't going to help. And it's more for the health issue than somebody sticking something in their mouth and then another person comes along. So no, we don't do any sampling or anything. They can open it up and they can smell it, but the bottles are all empty. So no tasting. Just one note to build on too. You brought up a very good point. A lot of times what we'll do is I'll do a Facebook Live, or Michael, or we'll do Facebook Live, and we'll promote the other vendors to the left and right of us and several tents down, and the appreciation you get from that also. So when you go Facebook Live on some of these things, promote the vendors that are around you. They appreciate it so much and draws them to you as well. So that positive energy. So, just some great stuff. And if anybody has any questions, reach out to me.
Perfect. I love it. And somebody mentioned something about email. If they're not ready to buy, they ask if they can send email. And on my forms, like usually we have contests and stuff like that. And I have a check mark saying if you would like more additional info, because I don't want to spam them either. But most of the time I tell them like, hey, if you want, leave your email. I can send you some information. And I did spray like friends or like here's a very small town, but I did not want people to touch the sprays and do that. So if anybody wanted some, I would say open your mouth. But I think that somebody else spraying in your mouth, the feeling, I've done it once or twice, but then I realized most people, they just want to feel it, see it. And they're a little bit skeptical to try it in public, especially it's not like you're eating chocolate. You're taking something brand new. And so if it would be a home party, that would be totally different. But at a vendor's fair, I agree. I wouldn't do the taste. For sanitary reasons, if I would do it, I would personally do it myself. Like here, I'll drop some drops in your mouth. I've seen people do that. Of course, you need to consent, but we brought a lot of good points tonight. I'm going to close this because I want to keep it short, and I don't know the mission statement that Jerry always closes the calls with. I know there's 3 C's in life, there's choices change, and the other one is, oh my God, I can't believe I don't remember that one. Choices change, and... Jerry's going to be like, Sonia. Jerry's the one that reads that usually. But my motto is happy, healthy, wealthy is the way to be. I'm super pumped up to have you guys here. And I had somebody say when they're not ready, they mentioned the CBD guide. I'm going to have them leave an email when they purchase to email them their CBD guide. Then I'll get in contact. That is awesome. And CBD guide, that's something that I've used. I've actually got somebody to sign up from an airplane that saw my little guide. I don't have it with me. And that's a very, very good tool that we have access to. So gotta make a choice to change your life. Yeah, it's something. Change, choice, and change. There, that's what it is. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Darren. I really appreciate that. When you go live in your events, tag me. I would love to, feature you and recognize some awesome people. If you guys are doing events, put them on our fan page, MDC Boston's fan page. You guys deserve to be there. I want to recognize you all, and I know you guys are going to hit the ranks in no time, Darren, and your team.
Yep.
So thank you very much. Thanks, everybody,
Thank
for
you.
being here. Have a beautiful night, and have a beautiful week, everybody. We will see you all on Facebook again soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Darren.
You're welcome.
Bye, everyone.